Hello and welcome to a Elite Weather Forecasting. Dooley Godot here once again with your 7-day forecast. We're going to be talking about what we're going to be seeing out there. Our city of the day is St. Paul and Minneapolis. We get two cities of the day today since they're right next to each other there. We're seeing Minneapolis off in the distance there. City of St. Paul right here. 35E and I-94 junction there. Very nice traffic today. Not a lot of traffic concerns. There is some construction going on. Well, we do have a little bit of traffic here, maybe. So we got some construction because Minnesota, we have two seasons. We have winter and construction season. So that's what we're seeing out there is that construction. But we are seeing some beautiful weather here across the Twin Cities right now. We have a temperature of 63 degrees under mostly sunny skies, cloud-free skies, of course. Now, we do have a major warm-up that's going to occur across the northern and central plains in the days ahead, but more on that later. But let's jump into our national radar and take a look at what's currently going on out there across the country. Okay, here's a look at the national radar right now. And what we're seeing is that big storm system that we were dealing with across the plains a couple days ago is now centered over the Ohio Valley, and it's going to be spreading that wet weather here into the northeast. We're seeing those showers and storms right now into the northeast there and the mid-Atlantic states. We have our cold front here that's going to be triggering some thunderstorms as well. This is where we have our severe weather that's going to be taking place today here across the southeast. We're looking at a tornado watch here across southern Georgia there. There is a tornado watch from Macon south down to North Florida. So we'll see, you see these little puffy cumulus clouds starting to develop here along the Gulf Coast. And those guys are going to be ones that could possibly spark off some brief tornadoes. So we're talking about a few tornadoes possible down there along the Gulf Coast in southern Georgia and southeastern Alabama, as well as the Florida Panhandle. So that's what we're seeing out here as far as this weather system is concerned. This thing is going to be an issue for a couple more days before it moves out to sea. And it's still going to be a couple more issues. If you watched my previous video where I talked about the long range forecast, you will see how this storms will continue to be an issue for the days ahead. Here we are looking at the Pacific Northwest now. We got some rainfall moving onto the Pacific coast there. Oregon and Washington, Seattle and Portland, going to be seeing some rainfall this afternoon as well. Maybe a little bit of snow through the Rockies, northern Rockies. Yesterday's city of the day was Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where we saw that temperature about 28 degrees. And today you're going to be seeing those snow showers as far as the northern Rockies and the Grand Teton region is concerned. We're seeing nice dry weather across the southwest, down into Texas and into the high plains. We are going to be seeing some dry weather today, as well as the northern plains. A few clouds streaming in here across the Dakotas, but no rainfall is going to be associated with this, as this is just some high-level clouds that's streaming in out ahead of the storm system over the northern Rockies right now. Now let's get into the 7-day forecast. Alright, so now it's time to jump into that 7-day forecast as we take a look at what's going to be going on out there for the week ahead. And here we are. We're going to first talk about our severe weather outlook for today. This is what we're seeing. Here's our enhanced look here down along the southeast. We're talking about parts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, as well as Virginia. We're going to be seeing that threat for isolated tornadoes, some large ping pong size hail, and damaging winds in excess of 75 miles per hour. As some of these more down here, our tornado threat really exists down here in Georgia along the Gulf Coast, where we see those discrete supercells coming on shore. But this is going to eventually form into a linear pattern, so we're going to become a situation with heavy rain, some damaging wind, and more small hail. So we're going to have a lot of outflow from a line of thunderstorms that will develop through this area later this afternoon. So that is our outlook for our severe weather outlook for today. There is a few thunderstorms here in this activity with that Pacific storm here across the northern plains and the Rockies, but no severe weather is expected with that. So here's what we're going to be seeing tomorrow as that Rocky system moving to the northern plains, where we'll see a slight risk of a marginal severe thunderstorms here across the northern plains in South Dakota and Nebraska here. We're going to be seeing that severe weather potential here, isolated severe that is, and then down in South Florida as well. Some isolated severe thunderstorms is going to be possible as well for your Saturday. Here's what we're going to be seeing on Sunday. No severe weather expected, just general thunderstorm across the northern plains and into Minnesota. So no severe weather expected at this time for the north. But it's going to be interesting to see a nice warm up across the northern half of the nation. All right, so our tornado watch for today is across Georgia, North Florida, and southeastern Alabama. So we got Macon, Georgia. That's going to be seeing the potential for an isolated tornado. Tallahassee as well as Panama City. You guys are all in this large tornado watch area. So you'll be seeing that potential exist here. For we got a few tornadoes will be possible. I suspect these are going to be smaller tornadoes. I would be kind of surprised to see any F4s or F5s. We're talking F0, maybe F1. A lot of these tornadoes are going to be water spout tornadoes that come on shore and become land spouts. So we're going to see a lot of weaker tornadoes, especially down along the immediate Gulf Coast there. So we'll see those tornadoes. We'll see some ping pong size hail as well as 70-mile-per-hour wind. So it's going to be the damaging wind threat that's going to be the bigger issue with this weather event that's going on down there across the southeast. All right, so let's jump into our 7 days here, okay? Here is our big weather system that we've been dealing with for the last few days from the Central Plains, and now it's on the East Coast. So now we're looking into the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Ohio Valley, and all the way down the southeastern seaboard. All right, our severe weather threat is going to be down in here today. We'll see some showers and storms extend all the way into the mid-Atlantic and to parts of the Northeast. I think it'll just stay about a little bit south of Boston there. So I think Boston will be in the clear. Maybe your southern suburbs could pick up a shower. But we'll also see those showers and storms possible across the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies and the front range of the Rocky Mountains there. We could see a thunderstorm also, maybe some snow along the highest elevations of the Cascades as well, maybe a snow shower. But I don't think we'll see any severe weather with that activity. And here's what we're going to be looking at for your Saturday. So for Saturday, we'll see some wet weather here across the Northeast once again. Maybe again just south of Boston. Maybe the southern suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts will pick up some showers from that weather system. And we'll see some showers and storms along the mid-Atlantic states. Again into the we are talking about West Virginia here in Virginia, North Carolina. Again, it's going to see some showers, but I don't expect any severe weather in that region for your Saturday. Maybe a few showers in the storm down in South Florida. And this system moves a little bit further out into the Rockies. So we're going to see a little bit more snow across the higher elevations of the Rockies. We'll start to see some rain showers move into the northern plains as well and Montana. More rain for the Pacific Northwest. In Seattle and Portland, we'll continue to see some rain showers and snow in the higher elevations of the Cascades. That dry weather will continue across the Southwest. We're going to be seeing that fire weather here across parts of Arizona and New Mexico, and a major warm up across Texas that we're going to look at here in just a bit. All right, so as we move now into your Sunday, so this is Sunday, May the 8th. So we'll see just a few more showers along the East Coast as that weather system is finally gonna make its way out to sea. But it's gonna be an interesting thing because it's not gonna really go away. It's gonna kind of dance around here. Eventually it's gonna fill in and dissipate over the next few days. But this is gonna continue to be an issue right along the East Coast right there for the next couple of days. We're seeing this wet weather here across the northern plains. We'll see showers and thunderstorms across Minnesota, western Wisconsin, as well as the Dakotas. But again, don't expect any severe weather. But an isolated, severe, random storm is always possible. We'll see a little bit more snow here across the northern Rockies as that cold air really kind of digs in across the northern Rockies as the trough of low pressure begins to develop out here in the west. So we'll see some heavy snow across the northern, higher elevation. Actually, the snow levels is going to drop a little bit on for your Sunday here. So we're going to see a little bit more snow across the Rockies extended into Montana as well. Here's what we're going to be seeing for your Monday. That snow is going to continue across the northern Rockies. We'll see those rain showers and some thunderstorms into Minnesota and Wisconsin, as well as the Dakotas. Again, no severe weather is expected. Fire weather will continue for your Monday down here across New Mexico and into Arizona, as we have an elevated fire risk down there for those dry, gusty winds and low relative humidities. Also, that weather system continues will plague the East Coast for a couple more days, and that's going to eventually move down to the southeast in Florida, as that weather system out there is going to dance around in this area as we don't have the strong steering currents to push that guy on out to sea. So right now, we're kind of in a lull, and the steering currents and storm systems out here are going to just kind of dance around, and eventually it's going to fill in. But this guy is going to lift up into Canada and make problems for the folks in southern and central Canada. All right, so as we move now into Tuesday, this is May the, what day is it? I can't really see. All right, May the 10th. All right, May 10th, we're talking about your Tuesday. All right, so here we go. Those showers and storms across the northern plains here, Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota. We're going to be dealing with some non-severe thunderstorms. That snow will continue across, this is the third straight day of snow across the northern Rockies and in the Great Basin of Nevada and the Sierra Nevadas as well. The Sierra Nevada mountain range is going to pick up some snow showers. Rain showers will continue in the Pacific Northwest for Seattle and Portland there. Going to continue to see those rain showers. We might pick up a few thunderstorms down here across South Texas, as we're going to get a weak weather system that's going to help to pull in some tropical moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico and into the Texas and Old Mexico Valley here, right in the Rio Grande Valley. We could be seeing some thunderstorms in that area as well, and maybe a thunderstorm down here along the east coast of Florida. All right, here's what we're going to be seeing out there for your Wednesday as we move right along here. More showers continue along the mid-Atlantic states as that low-pressure center dances around out there over the ocean and right next to the eastern seaboard. So it's going to continue to plague you into Wednesday. That system from the Rockies moves a little bit further out into the northern plains here and the central plains. So we're going to start to see thunderstorms right here from Texas and New Mexico through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Iowa as well, northwestern Missouri, going to be seeing, and they're also going to spread a little bit into Illinois. So the Chicagoland, you folks are going to start to maybe see some showers and storms in your area. But again, none of this is expected to be severe at this time, because that can always change, and that snow is going to continue for the northern Rockies as well. Rain showers for the Pacific Northwest, Portland and Seattle. You're going to continue to see some rainfall as you're going to be under the influence of that cold trough of low pressure that's going to be influencing the western weather forecast for the days to come. All right, so here we are as we move into your Thursday. A little bit more wet weather here across the northern plains, but we're going to be seeing a lot of this scattered activity. So those thunderstorms are going to be there, but we're not going to see any severe weather. And as far as the East Coast is concerned, this is that same weather system that we've been dealing with now for the last several days. There it is. It's going to continue to dance around just offshore and send in waves of moisture and thunderstorms. But again, none of this is expected to be severe. This storm is going to stay right where it is until it washes out or fills in. So that we're going to let that storm dissipate in the days to come. But in the meantime, is going to continue to influence the weather along the eastern seaboard. Again, more showers is going to continue here across the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see a little bit heavier rainfall as we get into your Thursday there for Seattle and Portland. Dry weather is going to continue across the Southwest into New Mexico and Texas. All right, here's the temperatures coming up for the next few days as well. Now, I'm going to show you something that's going to be quite interesting. Two things. We see a nice warm up taking place here across the northern plains. We're starting to see temperatures in the 70s here. So we're going to see temperatures possibly reach the upper 60s, maybe 70 degrees today for your Friday across the northern plains. But if you look down in Texas, we're going to see those 90s really start to come on to Texas and work its way into Oklahoma and Kansas there. We're going to see those 80s and 90s across the southeast as well as into Florida. We're going to see those temperatures in the 50s here across the northeast and the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see those temperatures in the 50s. We'll see the colder temperatures in the mountains where we're going to be seeing some of that snow. But we will see temperatures reach the upper 90s down here across the desert Southwest. For your Saturday, this is what we're looking at here. Okay, now things really get interesting for Saturday. Look right here at Texas. Let's look at the state of Texas. What are we seeing across Texas? 100 degrees. Some parts of Texas is going to reach nearly 110. Heat wave across the state of Texas and into the desert Southwest. We're going to see temperatures reach 100 degrees in Phoenix and Tucson. We're going to see upper 90s in Dallas, maybe San Antonio, El Paso. Out here, going to see those temperatures in the low 100s. Heat wave across the south, a bit of a heat wave across the northern plains as we see temperatures hit the 70s, maybe the lower 80s in the Twin Cities. Monday, so we're going to start to see things really warm up Saturday across the northern plains as well as down in Texas for Saturday. It's going to get colder across the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies as that trough builds in. We're going to see things moderate a little bit across the Northeast. We're going to see it be a little bit cooler for your Saturday because we're going to see those temperatures in the lower 50s and 60s there. But we'll continue to see those 80s across Florida. Here's where we move into Sunday now. We're going to see things continue to warm up here across Texas. Those 100s are going to continue across western and central Texas here, as well as the desert Southwest. We're going to see those temperatures in the low 100s. Continue unsettled and cold across the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies as we see it cold enough for snow. But we're going to see it continue to be warm here across the northern plains as we see those upper 60s and 70s come into play here. Nice warm up for the northern plains. We finally start to experience spring, and we'll see those same temperatures in the 60s across the northeast as well for now. As we move on into your Monday, we see a huge warm up across the center part of the nation. We see those 80s reach into Minnesota. For Monday, we're seeing those 80s. We're seeing those 90s and 100s here across Texas. We're seeing those 80s into the southeast and Florida. We're seeing those 100s in the desert Southwest. But it's going to continue to be cold across the northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. Now, see what's happening here is we have this huge trough over the west coast, and that this side of the trough is a huge ridge of high pressure. And that ridge of high pressure is helping to pump in that warm moisture, that warm air, and it will be more moist air as well. So the humidity is going to rise. The dew points are going to increase into the northern plains, the central plains, and the Gulf Coast. We're going to see a lot of things warm along in the Mississippi Valley, the Missouri Valley, the Ozarks, into the Midwest here and the upper Midwest. We're going to see those 80s, maybe some 90s, reach as far south as southern Minnesota. We're going to see temperatures approach 90 degrees with increased humidities. Also means thunderstorms. So we're going to see an increase in our thunderstorms here across the northern half of the nation. And here's what we're going to be seeing for your Tuesday. That warm up continues across the center part of the nation. We'll see that those things warm up across the Northeast as well. We'll see those 70s come into play. But it's going to continue below average here across the northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. Will remain in the hundreds across the desert Southwest as well. Here's what we're going to be seeing here for your Tuesday. So for Tuesday now, it's going to continue. Did we talk about? Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. So now as we move into Wednesday, we're going to see that warmth continue here across the central plains and the Midwest. We'll see it continue in the 80s up into the northern plains, the Dakotas, and Minnesota. Also, we're going to see those storms continue. But I don't expect any severe storms yet. That could always change. All right, so we'll see those 70s also reach into the Northeast. We'll see the 80s across the Southeast. We'll see it continue in the hundreds across the desert Southwest, upper 90s, and that cold is going to continue across the Northwest and the Northern Rockies. So that was a look at the 7-day forecast and everything that's going to be going on out there. So we see a decrease in severe weather across the deep south and the southern plains, but at least an increase in thunderstorms, but non-severe thunderstorms across the northern plains. And we see an increase in the temperatures as we finally see the 80s reach into Minnesota. But the Pacific Northwest and the Rockies are going to be colder than average. The West Coast in general is going to be colder than average because of a huge, powerful trough of colder and low pressure that's going to be hanging out over the trough for the next couple of weeks. It's going to flatten out a little bit, may intensify from time to time, but we're going to have that general pattern, a definite change in the overall weather pattern. My name is Dooley Godot. Thanks for watching this forecast. Stay tuned for your daily forecast that we posted to TikTok and YouTube. Remember to leave your likes, your comments down in the comment section, and leave your subscription and subscribe. Dooley Godot signing out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.